take that off again, and I look back for a new show, and I'm still making the same fucking mistakes.
Great stuff.
Good morning to you, sir, and good evening to those in the UK, and good afternoon to most of you in the northern states of America. How are you, sir?
All right, mate. All right. Had a bit of a fluey, coldy, head coldy thing the last couple of days, but just coming good.
Yeah.
And I've been tiki touring around Australia with some visitors over from Ireland.
Yeah.
My great niece and her mum. And up to Noosa on the Sunshine Coast, mate. Had a night there and then a day down the Gold Coast. Looking around there, lovely. The weather we just got a perfect weather. It was not lovely winter.
Excellent.
Winter days, so yeah, lovely.
Excellent. Yeah, well, we've got quite a few comments. We'll get to those in a minute. Our apologies for the break in our appearances, but obviously, as you just heard, Kieran's had some family matters to attend to. I've had a few matters to attend to. Work has got in the way. But we're back. We're back for the start of the new season. And we are going to be talking about some of the good points and bad points that we've already seen. And we're going to talk about the new squad. Well, squad members.
Been quite since we last on it, we had no one. Well, we racked a few up, haven't we? So at least we're not talking about rumours.
4, 5, 6. Well, there's 7 definitely in it. 7.
7? Oh, we ain't that far in, are we? 7?
We have got 7 players in.
I'm not counting that Fodringham, right? He's just in there with a kickabout training.
It don't matter. All right, we'll stick without him, but I'll include him because he's going to be useful, if not for games. He will
of course. He'll be a good partner.
He'll be a good, training goalkeeper, etc.
You want to hope we don't need him, otherwise we've had a couple of bad injuries, haven't we?
Well, yeah, of course, but like we've said before on these shows, look at what happened to Chelsea some years ago when they had Petr and Kudicini both out. Head injuries in the same game, Kieran. And then they had to put that Hilario on. And he didn't really live up to expectations, but I have a funny feeling that Fotherington will be more useful. He's probably a little bit more used to the impact that Premiership football can have on a game. Okay, well, let's go to a few of these comments. First one in the door was Stuart Russell. Great window. Just hope that they can implement Loppy's mentality quickly and get up and running with a few wins. Absolutely, Stuart. Thank you for joining us, sir. Great to have you in. I agree with every point of that. It's been a fantastic window so far. Mark Pendleton, great to have you in the chat, mate. Evening, all you lovely fans. James Bong, good evening to you, sir. Evening all, and Serif is in. Evening, guys. Great to see you guys back. Thank you, mate. Great to be back. Actually, it makes a welcome change from, not doing anything on a bloody Wednesday night. Mark says, "Welcome back, old geezers." Thank you, sir.
I'll take that, Mark.
Yeah. And another one that we see regularly is James
Lamprey.
Great to see you back, blokes. Thank you very much, sir. Great to be back, as we said. Mark Watson, good evening all. Maltese, good evening to you, sir. Thank you for joining us. E. Davis, evening. Very excited for Falkirk, Somerville to get involved. Yeah, we're all excited for that, mate, and we will get to that in just a few minutes. We'll do a few more comments. Hello from Greece. Oh, good afternoon, GTP. Or good evening, I should say. Great signings for the team so far, lads. Exactly. Absolutely.
Good. Done all right.
Yeah. Evening, lads. I hope you're all good.
Barry?
Thank you, Barry. Thank you very much. Kieran, you indoors today? No, you're on.
Well, no, I'm still outdoors. I just haven't turned it because the sun was beaming through there. I was hitting the phone. So now I've done that this way around. The fuck, it's all gone cloudy. So I could have done that, right? Normally you see the tree. Now you're just seeing the back of the house.
Yeah, but that's all right. It's nice. It's nice to have
Yeah,
a
it's a
change of
change, isn't it?
scenery.
Yeah, I've got to change.
Yeah,
I've got a new studio, isn't it? So,
yeah, that's it. Winter down under.
yeah, it sure is, Mark. And it's been beautiful the last week. We are so lucky with the visitors, with the weather. You know, even though it's normally like that in Brisbane, it was between 15 and 23 every day. It was, every day was 23, 15 overnight. It was gorgeous, lovely. Not too hot for them either. You know, you don't want it too hot for them. So.
Seraph says, great signings. Hope we can sign Duran as well.
Oh, I mean, that could be a push now, Seraph.
Yeah, I think so too.
That could be a push. You never know.
Especially if Wan-Bissaka comes in through the door. You know, because then there's like how much money is there available? You know.
Do you know? But when we say these signings now, well, you remember we done that show a while back, God, 8 months ago or whatever, and I went through. I put a list down, didn't I? For the first time I like research, and I said to the players we're going to need, and I came out with a minimum of 8 we'd need at the end of this season. You know, at the beginning of this season, because of the players coming to the end of it, like Ogbonners and whatever. Yeah. And I was still thinking that we might have to unload Ings and Cornet as well, you know, but we haven't.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at that, we've really made, say, 6, you know, and I think Wan-Bissaka could be another. I do believe we're still going to get another centre off. So I think we're going to be up there. What I was thinking, you know, we'd need at least 8 coming in. Yeah. So we're heading in that direction.
We're only 1 away, mate.
Yeah. I'm still not counting for them. I'm talking about players that will play for the first team. That's the players who can challenge for it.
Well, if that's the case, then we've only signed 4.
Yeah, well,
because there's no guarantees that Guilherme's going to do many. I know,
but I'll take him as one for the future. That's fine.
Andy Irvine, there's no guarantees on him starting.
No, not at all. But we signed him last year anyway. So.
Wes, you know. Well, yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah, technically.
Yeah, he's come back.
Hey, Leslie.
Good evening, Leslie. Thank you for joining us, mate. Bang. Wagwan with Paketar. Well, as far as we know, he's still free to play. The investigation is ongoing. Doesn't look great for him, but that's all we know. That's all we know.
We don't like to talk about it, Bunsy, in case we jinx it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and we're not about to start speculating or anything like that.
We think he's playing. That's it.
Yeah. Epic, good evening to you. Oh, Happy is in the house. Good evening, Happy. Oi, oi, oldies but goldies. Oldies but goldies. Oh. Usually it's smugs and fuckface. So, you know, we're
one or the other.
Tonight. Yeah, we're on. Well, I'm
depending on the day.
Yeah, I'm smug. Your fuckface, isn't it? Marcus, good evening to you, sir. Thank you for joining.
Marcus.
Ian's clips and bits. Evening to you, Ian, as well. Thank you.
Good night, Ian.
There you go. So good to see you back on screen, Buzzy and fuckface.
That's better.
Yeah. Right, she says she wants to walk away from the Aaron Wan-Bissaka interest and now start looking elsewhere. See, I kind of get that, but for me, I think we should go balls out to get Wan-Bissaka. I think he's perfect for us, absolutely perfect. I really do.
He may be, but like I said, if I like the idea that West Ham can walk away from a deal, and that's where we should be. If they're going to fuck about, just walk away and sort something else out. I'm happy with that. He seems to have done that with Duran.
Yeah.
That looks like the case. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Too much fucking about, so they went and got full crew.
Mm.
I like it. I like to
Yeah.
do business like that.
I think he already had his eye on Full Krug anyway. You know.
Maybe, but like I say, shouldn't only have one target. We've been West Ham been guilty of this for years, haven't we? We've
Yeah.
looked at
Oh
it,
God.
bloomed in on
Yeah.
one person doesn't work out, and then we're fucked. Now, what we seem to have here is backup plans, and this is why Steiden's in. This is what he does. Have
Yeah.
something else in mind if your number one choice, whatever, is not working out.
Yeah.
Have a second choice. Good.
Excuse me. I didn't mean to cough into the mic. I couldn't find the button to switch it off. Right, old man G. Good evening. Oi, oi, Savaloy.
Okay.
How are you, sir? Oh, actually, old man AMG. Do you know what? I've just noticed that. Sorry, mate. I've been mispronouncing your name all these years. Mark Pendleton. Tommy Steiden is the man. Tommy Steiden. Don't you mean Tim Steiden? I'm sure that's what you meant, Mark. I'm sure that's what you meant. Unless Tommy's his brother, and he's doing something as well. I think we are throwing the gauntlet at this summer and be quiet with next 2 summers. Would love Duran. Damien DiMarco.
Right, Damien.
Good evening to you, sir. Fucking hell, I'm getting everybody's name wrong. Oh, you're going to love this one. Look. Uncle Kieran looking good from Kevin from Sydney.
G'day, Kevin from Sydney. What? Oh, is that my Kevin?
Must be.
It is my Kevin. That's my nephew. My brother's boy, if that's it. Yeah.
Well, he needs to learn how to spell your name right then, Kieran.
Yeah, I know. This is it. It's been a long time since I've seen him. Everything's right there, Kevin, but with the C.
Yeah. Right. You're going over his knee next time he sees you, Kevin. Mark, it is good to see Scarfy and Lottie working together on signings, it seems. Absolutely. And, you know, the thing is, I think that Lopetegui, with the reputation that he's got, that he is willing to, you know, walk if he's you know, requirements are not met and whatever. And I think, you know, with Steiden, he's got a reputation of bringing in the pearls, and I think Lopetegui knows about that reputation and loves to work with people like that because it makes his job a lot easier. You know, yes, I need a left back or I need a right back, and he goes out.
These European coaches, though, they're coaches. That this is what they do. They're used to a system where they've got as a team to get players in. That isn't just them. Where there's no way Steinen, and we all thought that. I thought it was a great bloke to bring in Steinen, but I knew it was never going to work with Moyes. They're just too different. You know what I mean? Moyes is too used to having all that control and he'd deciding everything when it comes to players. Now, Lopetegui's used to that. He's telling Stein what he needs, what he wants, how he's going to do it. And Stein's giving him the ammunition. Hopefully, that's how it keeps going. And he don't have a problem with that.
Oh, good morning to you, Alan. I believe he's in your neck of the woods somewhere near anyway.
Hi, Alan.
About time you boys got over your break. Welcome back. It was never actually, well, it depends on what you mean by a break. Cause,
sort of, was it?
Yeah, it was a break from the screen, but that was all. It weren't a break from chatting because we've still chatted. Damien says happy. Not entirely, if I'm honest. Not used to having, as she puts it, fuck rug around. Well, look, Damien, the only thing I can say about that is that having watched his first interview and the video clips, and I have watched plenty of them, most of them are sort of, you know, the same clips, but put together differently and whatever. But he seems like he's a very, very useful striker. You know, I mean, he had double figured assists and like twice as many goals this season. Just gone.
It won't just be about his goals, mate. He's not going to get you 20 plus, I don't think. But you
And
want him to get 2 double figures and a lot of assists. He'll link up the play from what I've seen of him. And I've seen him, when I watched him at what's the name? Dortmund.
yeah,
He links up the play, and this is what we need. We need someone
yeah,
to link it up, as
and
well as on the end of crosses and everything else. So,
have you seen his interview?
yeah, mate. He seems like an old-fashioned good centre forward for us who likes it.
Yeah,
He's a bit like Kane in that respect. He loves to come deep, get the
yeah,
ball and lay, keep
yeah.
it. He's strong. He's
He,
big. He's good with
he's
both feet.
yeah,
He's something like Kane without
yeah,
Kane's goal-scoring prowess. But he does link up the play well like that.
yeah,
And I think that obviously could suit us. It's all about how we use him. He needs
yeah,
service
yeah.
for it to work.
I like the way
And that's
he
really the key.
mentioned. I like the way he mentioned the way that Antonio held up play, etc.,
Mm.
and got himself into positions. He said, "I hope I can do that as well because that's part of my game," or words to that effect. And I also like the way he said that he understands the weight of the shirt and he's looking forward to wearing it. He knows how big a club we are. He's stated
Yeah,
all of this.
he said all
And
the right things, mate.
he said all the right things, and he was probably instructed on some of it, but you could tell that a lot
Well,
of that was genuine.
pretty
A lot of,
genuine.
yeah, a lot of
Definitely.
it was genuine, and I think he's a fantastic addition, really do. Paul Warren, good evening to you, sir. Evening, lads. How would you set up against Villa? First game, who starts? Great question. Let's start with that.
Don't know.
Well, for me, it's got to be Areola in goal.
Oh, yeah.
It's got to be Kilman and Mavropanos in the centre, with Emerson on the left. I'd love to see Wan-Bissaka out on the right, but it's going to be Soufal. And then in the centre, Alvarez and Rodriguez playing with. Well, mind you, though, he likes to play 3-5-2, doesn't he?
Don't know. Wait to see that.
Mm.
We'll wait to see how he sets up.
But for me, the starting 11 would be, as I've said, up to Rodriguez and Alvarez. And then I would have to include, obviously, Bowen, Somerville.
Kudos, Paqueta. We've got about 13 players we've got to start.
Yeah, I think Kudos. Yeah, it's really difficult. Yeah. It is very, very difficult.
It's what you want, though, isn't it? You want a squad of players where you've got at least 15 that can go into that team. You want that.
I do agree. But, I think that really and truly, if we played 3-5-2, which I think that is probably a likely scenario, then I would probably put Paquetá in the 8. I would probably put.
I don't know. Man.
I would have to put. What's his name? Mo. I nearly said Mo Farah. Oh God Almighty! Mohamed Kudus. I would have to put him in the 10 role. With Paquetá in the 8 role, Kudus in the 10. Well,
I'd have to write all down a really good talk about because I want to see Somerville though.
Yeah, that Somerville's got to start. He's got to start because we've struggled really
so much.
Yeah, over the years, we've had players that are comfortable out there, but they just haven't been good enough for what we've needed.
No, we need a left winger such. And
I'm hoping that Cornet will be the perfect backup to Somerville.
I don't think he's ever going to come good for us, mate. I've sort of made my mind up on him now. Yeah. I'd love to have seen it. I was hoping it would be now, but even in the little bits of friendly, I just don't see it. I just don't see that boy doing it at all. But there you go. There you go.
Damien says that he'll support him, meaning Fulkrug, but I don't see him setting the world alight.
Yeah, I don't know yet, Damien.
Trevor Elgram. Good evening, Trevor. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, Cape Town. Trevor.
First time listening to you guys, Trev in Cold Cape Town, South Africa.
Oh, it's a bit chilly there, boy.
Well, well, thank you for joining us, Trevor. Hopefully you'll enjoy what you hear and see. We just have a bit of fun. Excuse me for 1 minute. We have a bit of fun. The language sometimes gets a little bit high leveled, and yeah, we just talk West Ham. Oh, we haven't had a weather report from him yet. Not a proper one, anyway. We get a weather report from Kieran, and then we get a crocodile and shark report because he's in where the blood Brisbane in Australia. So yeah. Right, Happy says to Damien, you will, I'm sure of it. His interview was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. And actually, I quite like Guido Rodriguez's interview, even though he was speaking in Spanish, I suppose it was, or Portuguese, one or the other. And the girl that was interviewing him was speaking the same language. The subtitles were up, and he was saying some really good stuff, and I really enjoyed it, even though I was reading subtitles. But you could hear from his tone that he was talking with a lot of experience, but
Well, he's
also
a
with
true professional. As simple as that.
I mean, he's 31 years old, and and he comes with a good pedigree, really good pedigree.
Absolutely.
And
Cup
he said, yes, and he said that he'd always wanted to play in England in the Premier League, and he said, he's grateful for that opportunity, and he hopes to be able to, show what he's capable of. He's also worked with Alvarez before. They played together in Club America, I think it was. And he's played with, he knows Agard as well. I think he knows Agard.
Well, I played against them. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they played together somewhere as well. But at least he's got people that he's familiar with at the club, which is really nice, Mark Pendleton, next summer, left back goalkeeper, I think. Next summer. Yeah, you're right. Well, we're going to be losing Creswell, and it looks like Emerson is coming to a point now where he's going to be needing to be replaced. Although, for me, he is currently the best left-footed player consistently, other than Paquetá. All right, and Kudus. But consistently over the last 3 years, he's been pretty damn good for us. But yes, we are going to need to be putting someone in to challenge him. Brendan, good evening to you, sir. Evening, Budgie, Kieran, HH Chatters. I am not liking Timmy's summer white t-shirt look. No, well, he's better off with the tie and everything. I agree, but at least he's doing the job, Brendan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not slacking on his duties, brother. Damien says, Happy, being a nice geezer doesn't win us games. You're right.
Now the proof being the pudding. We've got to remember we've had the strikers we wanted before more excited about them when it came to Allaire and Skamaka, and yet they couldn't make them work, either of them. Now Allaire's, to me, I thought was a great signing. But we didn't play to his strengths. We never played. He never looked that good at West Ham. Neither did Skamaka. So, but we've got this boy he's got to remember the old full crew, or Fuller. He's at the prime. He's playing the best he's ever played in his career, even though he's 31. He's really hit it late. That doesn't mean the way he plays, he can be good for another 3 years, man. Easily. You look at Giroud, for France, he can still be bloody doing. He's about fucking 62. Because you're not using lots of pace and trickery and that, you can last a lot longer. Why goalkeepers can go on to their 40s? Why some centre-halves? Look at the amount of centre-halves in that Euros that were in their late 30s playing for their international teams.
Yeah.
This guy can still go for a good 3 years. So,
Yeah.
it could turn out to be a really good, solid centre forward for us. Is it the ultimate banger 20 goals in? No, that's not what he is. But I think it could be a really good signing.
No, but he is a 15 to 20 goal involvement player.
That's what I think we're getting. And I think he can.
And that's what we need. That's what we need, you know. And to be fair, let's be completely honest about the man, right? Like you said, he has come into a purple patch in his career. He also admitted that he's had some injuries, but he's worked through
Before all
them,
that,
and he's got through that. So, you know,
No.
Danny Boy Boar. In Tim we trust. The man's played a blinder. Absolutely, Danny.
Yeah, I
agree
know.
with you.
Unless
Thank you
they're
for
all
joining.
shit, Danny, then we might change our mind. If they're all shit, well, then we blame Lopetegui then, don't we?
Damien says, I agree, Budgie. AWB would be perfect for us. Oh, Fresh Fielders in the house. Good evening, Sean.
I don't even know what that means. Jordan, what does that mean? 7. Is that good?
It's £7 million or £7 million in Fantasy League. Is he indeed? I might have to change Haaland for him then. I have got my own little league going, and on Facebook I will put the link for anyone to join. So if anybody wants to join my silly little league, just for a bit of fun, I'll put it on my Facebook. And you've only got to look up Budgie Green Street, and you'll find me. Brendan says, as for Wamsaka, it's a case of let's go round again. Kind of, yeah. I do get you.
Yeah, same up. It all seems to be the way dealing with Man United as well. It always seems to be jumping through hoops.
It is a player we could do with right now. Really could do with right now. But like you said, Man United are pulling the strings, and his agent as well wants a drink, doesn't he? Happy says, welcome, Trevor. Thank you for saying that. Good evening, WHU58. Good evening, Budgie, Kieran, and Happy. Hope you're all well.
All good, 58.
All good, son. All good. Correct. Yes, Mark. It's a terrible thing. Terrible thing.
Bad, isn't
it? Yeah, Happy didn't say he was nice. He's a tough nut to crack, and that's what I was going to say. He is actually quite a brutal centre forward, like you said, Kieran. Old school, kind of.
He reminds me a little bit. He's sort of build and all that. He reminds me of David Cross a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he took no fucking prisoners. Man, he was fantastic.
Your Malcolm McDonalds of the world and those kinds of players.
We'll see, mate. We'll see.
He's an old school Peter Osgood type striker.
We like him anyway.
Ronnie Radford. No worries, mate. Been called a lot worse.
No doubt.
Oh dear. Oh look, everybody's sending me requests on Facebook now. I will get to them, but after the show, boys and girls. Togs and Keith. Keith? Which Keith was that then? Which Keith is that then? Oh, I don't remember seeing Keith. Danny Boy, average white band.
Yeah.
Let's go round. Let's go round again. Yeah, that's right. It was right. Bang on. Let's go round again. AWB, isn't it? Aaron Wan-Bissaka, average white band. Yeah, got you now. Fully got you now, Danny. Thank you for that. There goes another request. Thank you for that as well. Evening, gents. Where do we think we will finish this season? Darren Middlecoat. Thank you, Darren, for joining us and commenting. Well, listen,
hey, Darren.
I'll be, with the squad that we're building, with what I'm seeing in the way of effort from the players that he's bringing in, I'm hoping that we're going to finish high top half, so 8th or higher for me. I'd be happy with 8th. but higher would be superb for me. In a year of rebuilding, let's be honest, that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, I think it's a season of a new team, a new manager. Who I don't want to put my expectations on that. Oh, we can finish fifth or sixth. I'd rather not. I'd rather think that eighth to 10th position and a good cup run. I'd love us to take on a League Cup and try and win it, or a FA Cup, even better. That's what I'd love to see. But rather than expect us to tear it up, it'd be good if we had a good start to the season.
Yeah.
But that first 4 weeks, it'd be nice for for the momentum of a team playing together. It'd be great if we had a great start. And that start could determine where we'll end up at the end of the season. But
Yeah.
for his first season, I wouldn't put any more expectations than eighth at best. But who knows?
Yeah.
We haven't seen the rest of the signings yet. Who knows? We could have three more players in by the time we kick the ball,
Yeah.
or
True.
even after. So
Yeah.
we could actually get even stronger.
We've
So
got a friendly in a week or so, haven't we? With
I
Celta
think so.
Vigo, is it? Is it Celta Vigo? Someone's bound to let us know in the chat. I think we will bring lead. I think he will bring leadership and discipline, but in terms of on the pitch, I think we need something else. That's a fair comment, and you're right about the discipline because he's usually the first on the training ground and last to leave at Dortmund. So, old man says fifth. Danny says first.
Straight in,
Yeah,
Danny.
good
Sweet.
luck with that one, Danny. But listen, I actually watched a video earlier, and I put the link in the Budgie Cage WhatsApp group, and the guy, he's a completely independent. He's a bit of a DIY journalist, if you like. Got a YouTube channel and that. And he reckons that West Ham are building a monster of a squad. And he said that with the players that we already have and the players that we're bringing in, he said, oh, and with the management and coaching staff and that we've got now, he reckons that on paper it's good enough to get top four. That kind of made me chuckle because to hear an independent say that West Ham are capable of, or on paper are capable of that, it kind of I was like, whoa,
Yeah, so to me, to look at numbers and where you finished in the league, which I haven't taken any notice in this break about what other teams have done. Because you've got to be looking at Villa this year. How high up do you think Villa could finish, and Tottenham? And then who you got in front of you? Man United, Newcastle. Geez, you got City, Liverpool. Will Liverpool drop off because of Klopp leaving? I think there's at least 7 teams I think would probably finish in front.
Yeah.
But maybe not. Maybe one of them will be disappointed. Maybe Tottenham will drop off this year, or Newcastle. You need that. You can't have everyone. And I don't know what these boys have signed, what these teams have done, strengthened. So it'd be interesting to get to the beginning of the season and start looking at the teams people are putting out.
James thinks 6th or 7th. Mark says, how can you not like Fully? Can't warm to Rodriguez just yet. Needs to learn English. Yeah, I understood. But let's be honest. We've had players that can't speak English before, as in Carlos Tevez. How did we warm to him? Just it depends on what he can produce on the grass, mate. And trust me, Mark, when you've had a career like he's had, and you have a look at some of the reels on YouTube, they're actually quite informative.
Yeah.
The man is good. The man is very, very good.
And Frank McAvenny, he couldn't speak English.
Yeah, even Creswell struggles with it. Damien says, I think it. Excuse me. I just think it may be a question than he's re-answering next summer.
Exactly.
Maybe.
We'll see how we go. Look, you'll know. Say we come to Christmas, right? Is full crew, working out? Is Kilman working out? Kilman's is an important part of these signings, man. He has to be good because at the moment, our centre half situation it's still a bit dire because we don't know if we're losing Aged and Zuma. We don't know what the right pair's going to be to start the season. We don't know if it's Mavropanos and Kilman, or is it Kilman, Zuma, or but Aged? Because I'd love to keep Aged under this new manager, but we don't know if his intentions are still he wants out. Still interesting. The rest of this transfer window is still interesting. There could be still more twists and turns, twisty turny things.
Rod Fontaine's in the chat. Good evening to you, Rod. Antonio only has speed on full crew, apparently. And old man says he can hold on to the ball better than Antonio.
Maybe.
And as Damien is going to highlight what I was going to say, that is an important quality, being able to hold up the ball. Absolutely. And the speed, of course. Happy says, Damien, of course he isn't long term, but gives Guilherme time to get up to speed. Is Guilherme, is he actually a striker then?
I think he's more of a wingy type.
Yeah, I thought so. Similar in a similar vein, I thought, to Crescencio Somerville. I thought that was that Somerville was the immediate position taker, and that Guilherme was going to be second fiddle to him, as it were.
Yeah,
that was the impression.
I think that Guilherme's just that boy's been tipped as a little wonder kid since he was about 10 years of age. That Guilherme, so I think he's one that could shine. Might not be this season, could be the next season or whatever. But we could be making a lot of money out of him if he reaches the potential that everyone in Brazil thinks he will. So
and who was it that said it? David Luiz. Right, I saw a Chelsea stream the other night.
Oh yeah,
and they were talking about David Luiz, and David Luiz said that Luis Guilherme is the next Ronaldo, not Ronaldo.
Call him a star.
Yeah, basically, he's the next big thing that's going to come out of Brazil.
Exactly. They've been saying that for a long time about him and two others that went. I think one of them went to Barcelona or Real Madrid. So they've been on the radar for a lot of teams for a long time. So
and rumor has it that Tim spoke to both of them. Rumor has it. Fulkrug is a cult hero written all over him. First impression.
Sort of impression I get, Paul. Like a David Cross, like I'm saying, he could end up being that bit of a cult hero.
Yeah. Thank you for joining.
In that first game, Geezer, if he elbows a centre half right in the fucking nose, he's in. He's in for me.
I'm having his name tattooed across my back.
That's it. I'm getting the shirt.
Darren Rule, good evening to you, sir. As long as West Ham give it a go this season, I will be happy. That's all I ask.
Well, good, Darren.
Yeah, mate, listen, I think that's the minimum requirement, isn't it?
Do you know, mate, the last two Premier League seasons, Budge, we've been doing a lot of this YouTube stuff and that, but watching West Ham has been a fucking chore under Moyes. For me, it's been a real chore trying to watch that football. And little sparks of greatness here and there, but it was hard to watch, man. Now I just hope we get to see something we might enjoy.
Yeah, that's a good point. Thank you for pointing that out, Sean.
Yeah,
he's injured. Which means,
that long-term budget. I don't know anything about it. I just knew he was injured.
I don't know. I think it was his calf muscle. Was it his calf muscle?
Well, Sean might say, is it a few weeks or months, or is it?
Mate, that's probably about a few months down on the chat list because there's so much coming in.
God.
I don't even know. Oh, we've got 285 people viewing, and we've probably got most of those in the
Get to
chat.
bed. So,
While we're actually at this point, I would like to ask you, please give the stream a like, and if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do, and also give us a look over on Green Street Elites, and because that is going to be relaunching at the beginning of the season. I've got a couple of ideas for that. You're involved in that, by the way, Kieran.
right. That was,
He's ready to go to war, apparently. That's exactly what he said, Happy. He said he was ready to go to war. He said he felt the weight of the shirt and he was ready to wear it. And I'm ready to go to war with my new friends, mate. That was almost his exact words. Who said he isn't? All right, okay. I didn't say he wasn't injured. Nobody said. I just said that I would put him in my starting 11. Happy. Oh man, how does this squad match up to the one that went down with all the English players?
I think we had a better squad when we went down. Oh man,
yeah,
but
yeah, that was when we had the
like criminal, really.
Yeah, Carrick and Cole and Lampard and Defoe and all them.
Should
boys.
never have happened, but it did.
Yeah,
Too good to go down, boy. That was the trouble.
That was, in my opinion, that was the greatest squad never to do anything.
Yeah. There you go.
Mark says Soufal no, Mavropanos no.
Yeah, I think Soufal might struggle with this, but what do you do?
I've got him in for the Villa game. I have indeed. I'll have him out in about half an hour, in about half hour after we finish this show. Thank you for reminding me, Fresh. Good man.
Okay.
Starting lineup is a headache. Trying to fit them all in, because who do you leave out? And what a headache to have, though, lads.
That's
absolutely
it. And they got all managers want, but you've got to find what works.
See, look, Smugs now. It's time to give up on the Cornet, mate. I know, Damien, but you know, listen. I look, as much as he frustrated the life out of me, I so wanted Ben Rama to succeed. I wanted him just crack open his shell, spread his wings, and fly. You know what I mean?
Really did.
In claret and blue. I really wanted him to do it, and it never happened. And
Same here.
mate.
Budge, it's time to move on to a 99. Forget Cornet, right?
Yeah. But I want all the time he's got that shirt available to him. I want him to
I think we all do, fly. But I just haven't seen any evidence whatsoever from him. None. I just can't keep going with it.
He does really, really, really well in my FIFA team. So I do keep him fit.
So we should sell him to them. Fuck me.
Good evening, Stuart. Fulkrug will be a cult hero. Absolutely, mate. I believe that as well. Old man says Cornet's finished, undoubtedly. Most likely, mate. I would like to know what kind of goal Cornet scored. An offside goal. No, don't be like that, Sean. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, don't be like that. It doesn't have it.
Don't think it's there, man. Don't think it's there.
He scored against Chelsea. He did indeed. His first actual goal he scored against Chelsea in the league. And he set up Soucek with a pass exactly the same as Kudus's a week earlier. You know that one where Kudus took the ball out onto the right, hooked it in with his left, and Soucek run in at the back post and banged it in. And then a week later, Cornet did exactly the same pass. Anyway, Alan says his starting 11 would be Alphonse Areola, Soufal, Mavropanos, Kilman, Emerson, Rodrigo, Paqueta, Kudus, Bowen, Somerville, and Fulkrug up front. Don't think Alvarez will be ready to play for a while
I
yet.
don't think I don't think he's far wrong there, man. With that, not far off it.
Probably not. Probably not far off.
Depending, like I say, if we got any more signings between now and the start.
Trevor says, nice show, love the banter. 12 a.m. got to work in the morning, freezing cold here. Our winters here in Cape Town
Is it?
Is getting worse. Mate, I'm sorry to hear that. But thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining in
All the best,
chat, Trevor. Feel free to join us again next week. Next week we will start half an hour earlier.
Yeah, well, he might. He fucking might. I don't know.
Yeah, all right. I'll start next week a little bit earlier. You never know. I might be able to get one of our
yeah, I'll be right.
One of our moderators in to have a chat with us as well. Trodge, thank you for. I've seen you already. I can't remember, but anyway, thank you, sir. We still don't know the really weird, unique injury Cornet had.
Yeah.
That is very true.
I'm not bothered injury.
Alan Dunn, same. Maybe deliberation between Falk and Mickey, but would play both during the game. That would really work. That would really work if they're both on the same page.
It's hard to know whether that two up front would work. I don't know. I really don't.
I think it would, especially if he plays 3-5.
Be interesting, but
yeah. But then
be interesting to see. I wouldn't mind seeing it. But
the only other player I would like to see in the centre with Fulkrug or Antonio in a two, if you were going to use one or the other, I think you would have to put Kudus in there. Although you would lose a lot of his flair, but he would drop into the 10. That's why I would use him there. If we can only sign one more player, then I want it to be a right back. We have no cover for when Sufal has his purple patch and needs to be challenged big time. Again, to stay and partner Kilman would work. Yeah, I agree with that. And again, and Mavropanos has worked a bit as well. But
mate, I think that pairing's going to be so important, and I don't think he knows what it is yet.
No, he can't. How can he? He hasn't.
Yeah, and that's. I mean, that goal that the boy walked around, even Kilman the other day, the Palace goal. I only watched the goals. I can't be bothered watching these full game fucking friendlies.
Yeah.
But my God, Kilman looked like a fucking statue as the boy just popped it round him and walked around him. I went, Jesus.
Yeah,
that was my first sort of look at Kilman. I went, oh my God, you want to be a little bit more livelier than that, boy. I know it's a friendly, but it was quite worrying, that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Good evening, Howard. Thank you for joining. Evening,
Howard,
you beautiful people. Come on, you irons, gentlemen. Dad's Our Job podcast. Thank you for joining us. Don't think I've ever seen that title before. So thank you for joining us. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do, and please drop us a like. Thank you for coming in. Evening chat. We hope you're doing well.
Okay.
Adam Robin Cup. Thank you. Obviously, we must know who you are. We must do.
Yeah.
But Adam, Rob, and Callum, thank you for joining us. I think Falk is a good player, says Damien. I believe so too. Play Antonio as a right back. Why not? He's really nice.
Yeah, he could go back there for where he started. Yeah, the Davis.
You know, that's actually worth exploring.
Yeah, I didn't think he was a very good right back anyway. So thought he done better when he went up.
He'd be quicker at getting up that line than Sufal is. Although Sufal
not for 90 minutes. One thing Sufal will do is give you 90 minutes.
Yeah,
he won't.
Yeah, transfer marked as Cornet's injury as calf. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought it was. I think it's a twisted calf muscle. I think that's why it's an unusual one, because it's actually twisted, I believe. And they've used, I don't know what the material's called, but basically they've tried to stitch it straight. a couple of times. That's just one of the reports that I saw on one of the many YouTube things I watch. Antonio, right back. Interesting. That's exactly my thoughts. It would be
No,
interesting.
no. We need a proper right back. As simple as that. We need one to come in. We need to. I mean, it's like anything. We really need cover for Emerson.
Yeah.
We're going to have to stick with Cresswell,
Yeah.
which I'm happy for him to be there, but
And
really, it's not
we
the
got that young lad as well. What's his name? Not Ollie Scholes.
Yeah,
He's the
we've got a couple of
striker.
youngsters you never know could
Yeah.
feature here through the season.
Yeah.
With all the players we're
and
buying, though, you'd expect them to be very few appearances for them.
yeah, and Julian Lopetegui is the kind of manager that will dip into the.
If they're good enough, goes out, I think the boy would, he'd have them around it for sure.
Yeah. Mark says Souček to solve the centre back problem. If he gets his nut onto everything. You're not actually wrong there, mate.
Good for that, Mark.
Actually, as a because he's going to be more. He's going to be more of a squad player now that we've got Guido Rodriguez. He's going to be. Let's be honest.
We think that. I think the way his system is set up, it looks like.
Use him as a centre back, maybe. Yes, let's see it. Danny Boy says that's because his cow has given birth. I'm not sure what that's about, but hey. Dad says Fulkrug is an immense signing. He's replacing Antonio, but he plays more centrally and has a higher ball win and retention rate. Massive improvement. Absolutely, mate. I think you're probably right there. He is replacing Antonio, but he's also got to get first of all, he's got to give Antonio a bit of a challenge, because at the moment Antonio is number one choice.
It's got to work. You've got to remember, Skamaka and Haller came in to replace Tonio, both of them. And we ended up reverting back to Antonio because
their work rate weren't good enough.
I know it was a work. I think it's the way they play. It didn't suit them under Moyes.
And I think also that it was because the manager didn't really like them. I think the manager didn't really like them either. Did I? Yeah. With the midfield, we have any solid striker will score. Yeah, yeah, that's absolutely true. It really is. That weight of the shirt comment was touching. It was. I think.
Fucking how heavy are these shirts?
It's the weight of
the wall ones.
It's the weight of the expectation when you wear it. Modric, Roger Miller. Two great players. I don't know why you're mentioning them, Howard.
Maybe their age. My God, at their age, they're still doing it at international level.
Is Roger Miller still playing?
No, but when he was, I think he was about 67.
Guido's interview was boring after Fulkrug. Yes, it was.
I haven't even seen it.
But it was interesting in a different way, mate. I actually quite enjoyed it. I thought Haller could have been a super player, possibly Skamaka too. Agreed on both points. Totally misused by who.
Yeah,
left up exactly front on their own, just not their game. No wonder Haller looked so miserable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Feeding on scraps, mate. They were. Apparently, Haller said some good things about us as a club to Fulkrug. Surprising that. Yeah. They were on their own Moyes ball, not football. True. As long as the shorts ain't heavy, we don't want them going around their ankles, do we? Lead boots, yeah. It's miles better signing players instead of divvying Dave, isn't it? Agreed, old man. Absolutely agreed. Robbie England, good evening, you sir.
How are you?
Thank you for joining us, mate. Since when was the richest club in the world quibbling
Yeah,
over 3 million quid? Right,
yeah,
man.
seems a bit silly.
I'm not sure it's the club that are quibbling over the 3 mil, unless they're not prepared to swallow the agent's fee. Because I think that's what the agent's fee comes to about that. Brendan says, my use of an average white band song title was wasted there. We need usual Keith and Howard to add some shit.
Weren't wasted, Brendan. We got it. We got it, mate.
We got there eventually, mate. You know, go easy. We've had a couple of weeks off, son. Happy says he's got some guns too. Oh my God, here we go. Here we go. See that? Even Happy's saying that here, Frank. We ain't good enough for you, huh? TB, work to do. Right, take care, boys. Take care. I think that's what that is. Danny, thank you for joining us, mate. Don't forget to leave us a like on your way out the door, please, buddy. Not with old fart music, HH.
I've got to give you a shark update and a crocodile update in a minute, do you?
Do you know what? I did mention that when you went to the kitchen first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mentioned it. I did.
We've had a bit of action. That's all.
Yeah. Have ya? Right, let me just get through a couple more comments then. Fully reminds me of a geezer I'd see in a Canning Town pub. True town. I love it. Yeah, absolutely. And Damien thinks we might reach 6th. Trod wants to wait till we sign 2 centre backs. 5th or 6th, maybe. I hope, says Paul.
Wow.
Before committing, yeah. Same as and a right back. Okay, right. Let's hold that there. In fact, I'll
tell you what. Even though I'm looking at the club, what they're spending, that they're what we think we might finish. They might think European football might be a must with the amount of money they're pumping in. You know, to get back into 6th or if 7th gets you it or not next year. That might be their ambitions to finish in that European place.
Yeah.
We'll see if that can be achieved.
He may have the target of FA Cup or top 6.
Well, I'd love to see that, mate. I'd love to see us get to a good FA Cup run. Love to see that. That'd get me excited.
Imagine us getting Man City in the FA Cup final.
God, don't spoil it. Man City in the fucking final.
And then beating them 3-0.
And then beating them, that'd be all right, yeah. Well, Man United did it, mate. Everyone thought Man City were going to trounce them in that final, and Man United done them. There
exactly
you go.
That. How many times did Man United beat us last season? Ooh, I don't think they did. So,
it can happen.
Yeah. Happy says top 10 is a must for me. Anything else is a bonus. Expect little and be happier.
I think so.
Are you feeling better tonight, HH? Surely after stealing your daughter's biscuits and sweets on Monday. Oh yeah. So she was in there on the Monday night. What's it called?
Yeah, nicking biscuits.
Yeah, eating all her daughter's stash. Oh, talking of sweets and biscuits, everybody, you have to know. I found a dessert yesterday. I went to Asda and I found a dessert in the fridge. And it's Toblerone cheesecakes.
Oh, my God.
Oh, mate, they come in little glass dishes, right? Like this. Like I use them for ashtrays now. But they come in little glass dishes and they're £3.50 for 2 of them. But man, they're gorgeous. They're absolutely delicious.
Lovely.
Yeah, really, really nice. Trojdeep's 12th at the moment. Top 4 in an FA Cup. Love the way you think, Howard.
Straight in, Howard. Fucking hell, mate.
Mate, I love it. With no European football, 5th. That's actually a fair shout, old man. Damien, no more bottling games against big sides, I don't think. That's absolute fact.
We might be a bit more positive this time, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Mark says, I think it might be a bit bumpy to begin with, but we will improve eventually. Mate, you're probably right. It's
Yeah,
been bumpy mid pre-season, so let's
yeah.
get the early. Look, all we need to do is get our first win under our belt, and then our season will go to
I
higher
mean,
heights.
it's a tough game, Villa, at home to start with. I mean, they bloody
It is,
looking good, past last year, really good. And I'm
yeah,
not sure, how much they've strengthened as well. I'm probably sure they have. So that is a tough start for us. We're going to have half a new team starting, I'd imagine, when we take to that pitch. So it is a tough game.
yeah. Sean says
Yeah,
everyone's
Sean come up
inching
to me
closer
last
to.
week and told me both. I
Yeah,
went, fucking hell. He's a little bit ambitious, but every signing, people are starting to believe a bit more, aren't they? Who
yeah,
knows? I wouldn't say he's wrong. I'll just be amazed if he's right.
yeah. Happy, shouldn't really worry about us talking. The chances of your darling daughter watching or listening to this are as slim as
No.
me playing for West Ham this season. Um, it's what daughters are for. That's actually very true, Danny. Man United will struggle this year, I think. Only up until they replace Ten Hag at Christmas, and when they've done that, that's when they'll kick off. Our defence don't look any better so far.
No.
Proj, listen, new players being brought in, players not used to playing together. Give it a little bit of time. Seriously, mate. Honestly, it will get better. It will. Oh yes, I hope that's how it's said. Fellow Hammer here, but from a Brown fan. I hope no one here has been on the wrong side of these riots and protests. Shame on them. Absolutely, mate. And as long as you're a West Ham fan, you're welcome here, regardless
Yeah.
of race, creed, colour, where you are in the world, what you do for a living. As long as you're respectful and you chat with a bit of
Yeah,
friendship
mate.
with people, you're welcome here. In fact, you don't even have to be a Hammers fan. That's as long as you're
That's
respectful.
true. It
You know,
helps, but
Yeah,
you
it
don't
does.
have
It does
to.
help because you get to hear some news and some. Anyway, listen. At that point, thank you for saying that, though. I really do appreciate that. At that point, so what's happened with the Predators this week, then, Bud, or in the last
Oh,
few weeks?
because we went been away a month, haven't we?
Yeah,
Oh, about 2 weeks ago, a fucking surfer down in Port Macquarie.
yeah,
And I don't know whether it was a surf meet that was going on or whatever, but Channel 7 here must have been filming something. And all of a sudden, there's a video, right? It's about a minute or so long. They were filming this surfer, and all you see is this fucking massive dorsal thing come up behind him and fucking go for the surfer, right? And then you see his pectoral fin come up and buck, you see the surfer panicking, and then the film cut off. Now, this bit of, it was on YouTube, but they took it down because it was leaked from the TV company. It shouldn't have actually gone out because it showed the attack, but I got to see it. I went, fucking hell.
oh,
And this surfer, he took his leg. It was a great white, and the boy lost his leg. And I haven't heard an update since. I think he was alive. They got him back, but he did take his leg from him. But fuck me, that was bad, man. Really bad. Poor
oh,
fuck.
blimey.
Yeah, that was one. But and then about 4 days ago, oh, this was worse. Up in Cooktown, up in the Northern Territory, Crocodile Country. And do you know when I had my mishap and fell out the canoe? Geezer,
Yeah,
in saltwater, saltwater croc country, and had to
yeah,
swim to the beach for 20 minutes. It's
yeah.
near there. And this guy was fishing on the bank of a river there. And apparently the fucking bank just gave way. They must have had a lot of rain or something up there. And he was standing there and it gave way and he fell in the river. And as he hit the river, a croc just straight away, bang, grabbed him, took him
Oh,
under. And his wife was there and everything. And, never, didn't find him. Couldn't find him.
oh,
Gone.
mate. So that
So
croc
yeah,
had
we've
been
had two.
laying in,
Man.
that croc had been laying in wait then, knowing that that bank
Yeah.
had been getting
Around
eroded
the
from
bank, but
underneath.
obviously the geezer's throwing bait in and fishing and that, and it might have attracted the croc. But he's obviously under the water. As soon as he fell in, man, he bang, fucking done him. And he was a
Wow.
doctor. He was a doctor and that, and I, fuck me, man. Yeah, and
Wow.
like I say, I haven't seen the news the last day or so, whether because they would search the river, try and find them, because a croc will take you under and it will bury you under roots and everything to drown you, and then come back later and eat you when he feels like it. So yeah, they didn't find him anyway. So poor fucker.
Oh. So I just want to introduce everybody to this is Emma Peel, my positive potato.
Oh,
Always have Emma in the background when I'm. Anyway, just thought I'd tell you. Yeah, Vic. What is the right side? Let's not get into any
no,
political stuff. Eh?
no, I'm not here for that.
Uh, you know those personal trainer and drill sergeants we were always videoed. Will they still
Yeah,
be here, or would they have
and
gone to the
imagine
police?
I always thought about that, Damien. I imagine they're all gone. You used to see that one guy always sort of running the drills there at training, didn't you?
He's still there. He was
Good
doing it
looking
at
geezer, isn't
pre-season.
it? Good looking
He,
boy.
yeah,
He's
still
still
doing
there.
it pre-season. Yeah, still doing it.
All right. Oh,
Same
good,
guy.
fair play. He's still got a job. That's good for him.
No, he's employed by the club, not David Moyes' team.
Oh, I just thought, I would like to take his whole crew coming in, and that would be him gone. Maybe.
No. I think a manager like Lopetegui would probably have brought in quite a lot of, and majority of his own staff, all of his own staff, but he would have retained
Yeah,
one or two people
maybe.
that
Yeah,
are already
yeah,
familiar with a lot of the players, etc.,
yeah.
etc.
You'd think so, but I just don't know
Yeah,
how it all went
definitely.
down or not.
If you're savvy, that's what you would do, surely. You know. Liverpool's new manager, Chelsea 2, Spuds Butlers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Palace are going to look shite this season, in my opinion, says Happy. Yeah, no politics in here, says Howard. Thank you. Wasim, good evening to you, sir. Evening, lads, and all
G'day,
in
what's
chat.
he? Been a while, brother.
Yeah. Football and quality music only. That's
Yeah, quality
exactly
music.
right, Howard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was no good at that. He's no good at that music side of it. Yeah.
The bin dippers haven't made a single signing, have they? No, but they're about to lose one or two of their players, I think.
Haven't they? They've not made a signing.
No, they're not going to buy unless they sell.
Ooh.
That's
Now,
what
one
I've
of
heard.
Klopp pissed off.
Yeah. Lopetegui replaced all the coaches apart from the goalkeeper coach.
Oh, see, that's sort of saying different against you there, bud.
Well, yeah, I saw him pre-season. Same guy.
Okay, we'll see.
Anyway, Howard's saying hi. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. Dog Walker. Aaron Wan-Bissaka off, Trippier on the radar. Oh, is that so? Kieran
Trippier, fucking Kieran Trippier.
He would be great. But can you see him wanting to leave Newcastle for West Ham?
Nah, I can't. No, he'd be on a good deal there, man. Be on a good deal there at Newcastle.
Certainly will. Unless, of course, he doesn't like up north and he wants to come back to London. That would be the only thing that would get him back into London, is that he's homesick. And he's not even a Londoner by birth anyway, is he? I don't even
be honest,
know.
I don't know where he's from then.
I don't. I know he's English, clearly, but he speaks with a relatively decent southerny sounding accent.
I don't know,
Trippier does seem to be the current age range.
Yeah, he's getting on a bit.
Your right hand man Howie is here, Togs. You can smile I agree with you, Damien. He was special. 11 of them, yeah.
It was a great. I remember that's the end of that season. I was back in England for that when Tevez and Mascherano turned up. And that little stint that we survived fucking relegation, my God, Tevez was just, he was on a different planet to everyone else, man. Brilliant.
Yeah.
It's great.
Absolutely.
It really was. For that 3 months or so, wow. It was something else.
Trippier's decent, but on the decline, says Trodge. Maybe, but maybe a new club. New club with new players around
I can't
him.
see that's a non-starter for us, I think.
I think so too. Liverpool linked with Zubimendi. Yes, I saw that on Sky Sports News, I believe it was, earlier on.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a right back.
Yeah.
Isn't he? No, he's not. He's a midfielder.
I don't
know. Full crook hat trick, first game, legend.
Hey, that would do it, wouldn't it?
Hopefully, yeah. And 3 assists
against
from yeah, and 3 assists
that would make the
from Somerville would be lovely, wouldn't it? 3 left-footed hooks in from the left-hand side. Full Krug on the end of them. Dumfries, I want Dumfries. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure we'll get him either, but he is a good shout. PT did put them through their paces. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's still with us. I'm fairly sure he is still with us. I know I saw him in at least one of the pre-season games. Yeah, calm myself. We're linked with a Spanish right back, 20 million buyout.
Yeah, I've seen that. Have you done that? Come on. I've seen that Spanish right boy.
Yeah. That is
he came out of Barcelona at the beginning.
Oh, right. Okay. That is very right. We had a good record with fitness and injuries under Moyes. We did. I mean, look.
We did. I mean, fucking Antonio improved immensely, didn't he?
That is exactly where I was going to be going as well.
Definitely. There was an improvement in the fitness in that for most. Rice was hardly ever missing, was he?
Right.
Yeah, so, yeah, a lot of them. Yeah, we didn't suffer terribly.
Didn't Rice only miss one start in the whole of the season?
Something like that. Yeah, we didn't. Even Souček is normally, he'd hardly missed the game. I mean, I so far, it's only Souček is when someone smashed his head open. Even then, he was back for the next game.
Yeah.
A few stitches, flying back out there.
Yeah, I think he wanted to come back on after he'd been stitched up. I think they stapled him up in the stadium.
Yeah.
Dumfries would tear it up for us, the dog walker. I agree.
He could be. Another possibility.
Can't see us getting Dumfries, says Damien. No, I agree. No. Good evening, Tony. Thank you for joining us. Early Doors Football TV, another great West Ham channel.
Tony.
He has some great guests on his shows.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
From all different clubs as well.
Yeah, so, exactly. Yeah, all right.
You get, you get to take the piss out of Tottenham fans, Arsenal fans. It's great, Tony. I love what you do, mate.
Yeah, you're all right.
Hammer time, Buzzy and Kieran. Welcome back. Thank you, Tony. Apparently, Dumfries wants Man United.
Yeah, that could be the deal. Who knows?
Yeah, true. Girona's Arno Martinez.
That's the boy, Arno Martinez. Yeah, looks like had a great season with Girona last year. Because I saw what's his name, Chris, talking about him. It's the only reason I got that. And I haven't watched much, but yeah, he seems like a real talent. But he's got a £20 million release clause. You never know. So if Wan-Bissaka isn't going to work out, maybe that's the backup to try and nick him. But
It's about
we'll see.
£15 million cheaper as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know what I never even looked at what we're paying for Wan-Bissaka. I don't got a clue. I didn't think it was that much.
No, what am I talking about? 5 million. I think it's the
No.
25 million ish.
Was it that?
I think it's somewhere around there. I think that's what
Okay.
they want for him. I'm not sure. I can't remember now. Trodge, we always had bad luck historically with injuries, but Moyes changed that.
Really true, Todd. To be fair.
He did. Yeah. Denzel Dumfries. Knowing West Ham, they'll sign Denzel from Only Balls and Horses. Corner apart. Yeah. All right. Well, let's not go into it. Dumfries is fantastic going forward. Suspect defending though.
Mm.
Yeah. Sounds a bit like what's his face?
Well, I can say that about Arnold, but you'd have him going forward, defending. I don't think he's that good.
Yeah. All right. So Guillem is a winger. He reminds me of a left-footed Rashford.
Mm. There you go.
Right. Tony, Early Doors Football TV says, "Good evening, all in the chat." Rivaldo, great player. The next Rivaldo. That is exactly who it was. He said, "Thank you, chat." It was Rivaldo. Denzel Washington. I wouldn't mind us getting him. What a bloody good addition he'd be to our team. Rivaldo hype, but no pressure on the lad. Yeah. But the thing is, he kind of thrives on a bit of pressure, apparently. He loves it. He loves the attention. Played predominantly as an attacking midfielder, I thought. Attacking midfielder, but predominantly on the left. That was my understanding. Like I said, as a backup to Somerville. You know?
Yeah, that should be the case.
Anthony Herbert, good evening, and here we go. An Arsenal fan.
Yeah,
Big up, lads. Just done the show, Tony. Early Doors said he rates West Ham window 4 out of 10 so far. I would have given it at least a 7 out of 10. Love that, lad. But I know you're trying to pull our chain there, Anthony. I know how you fucking work, mate. But thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for commenting. Stay with us, man. Stay with us. And glad that you see it as a 7 out of 10, mate. It's pretty good. Right. But it's not a great comparison. Very different players. Only similarity is they are naturally left-footed. Rivaldo was more of a 10. Okay, yeah. Got you, Damien. Thank you. Early Doors saying hello, everybody saying that. Is Fulkrug like John Hartson?
Yeah, that's not a bad chat either. That's not a bad chat.
He is, but he's also
sort of similar looking too, eh?
Yeah, he's sort of like if you were to morph Antonio, Hartson, and Andy Carroll into one player.
Just stature-wise, he's more like a Hartson, yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's them 3 players morphed into one.
Yeah, Hartson, he's another one who couldn't speak English. He was Welsh, wasn't he? He liked to throw an elbow in, old Johnny Hartson, man.
Brilliant. Yeah, he loved it. Rivaldo was 1-footed too. Left though. Yeah. Guillem and Somerville are going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, that's what he thinks.
I agree, mate. Absolutely.
That's what I want to see. I want to see a little bit of fun there on the left side, mate. I want to see him trying to rip fucking right backs to bits. That's the goal, man. Somerville was the Championship Player of the Year last year. So we're hoping he can fucking reproduce that here with us. And start fucking taking people on. Start fucking beating them down the line, getting that ball across. You got 4 crews in the middle, mate. You need to get him some kind of service in there.
Yeah, of course.
So I love the idea.
You know what I really want to see? what I really, really, really want to see from Somerville is that I want to see him, like you say, breaking down that wing and that. But I want to see him bringing Emerson and Paquetá in to play with him. That
Whatever it
triangle
is,
there
yeah.
of three very talented left-footed players, it's going to confuse, and all three of them can use their right feet too. It's going to just be incredibly refreshing to know that one of them three is going to put it in there. It's one of them three will. You know they will, and you know he'll be at the end of it as well. Full crew. Happy says,
Well,
not
we
going to
like
lie.
to,
Last
that's the,
season
that should
there
be the
were
plan.
yeah. Not going to lie. Last season there were a few games that I couldn't be asked to go to, but I still did. Yeah, but that's because you knew I was going to them. Don't lie.
Mm.
Yeah, because you was going to, you know. Vic says Zuma is finished, and we all agree with that. He couldn't hit a kitchen wall with a cat now.
Yeah, I think it might be. Yeah, time might be up.
Yeah. Okay. E. Davis and early. Oh right. Okay. Yeah, he was in your chat, was he? Football is one in midfield. Good midfield protects defence. Thank you for commenting, Michael. Yes, agreed.
Hey, Michael.
Yeah. Tyler. Good evening, Tyler. I like the look of Fulkrug. He barely loses or miscontrols the ball.
Well,
He has got a lot of skill and ability about him. I, I'm just hoping that he can maintain the level of skill and ability he's had in the German league, in the Premier League, which is a much quicker, much tougher, level of playing football. He's got to defend the ball up against players like, um, what's his name, Dick Van Dyke, and you know he's got a lot of great defenders in the Premier League that he's going to have to defend against if
he's
he's
gonna
going to
love it.
hold up.
He's gonna love it.
He will. He thrives on it. He
He'll love
enjoys
it.
it. I
But
hope he
I'll
can.
say
I
all
hope
about
he can
service.
maintain. I hope he can maintain. The momentum of the Premier League because it's not going to be easy on him. Ben Rama was a Sullivan signing that cost Moyes.
Yeah.
Fair comment. Fair comment. Loppy will have to use all the subs to get players minutes. I just hope Somerville starts and Rodriguez. Good shout, Barry. Thank you. Same as Ings. Yeah, I mean Ings is going to struggle for minutes, I think. But
Yeah.
as you all know, Ings is a reasonably good impact sub. The times he's come on as the sub, he has actually been able to manipulate the game somewhat. So, maybe that's a
Yeah, but I just
reason.
think he's probably third in line now, goes up. You got Paul Krug, Antonio, and Ennings, and
If
he's
not,
probably third in line at this moment.
if not fourth, when you consider that we have got Ollie Scholes as well. I know he's only a junior player, youth
No,
player,
I
but
wouldn't put any of them in front of the top pros.
yeah, but
But
we ain't
depending on that,
managers, mate.
because you've got to remember you've got to fit Kudos in and Bowen. How do you work that? One of them's
Yeah,
got to be on the right. Who's best
yeah,
to be on the right? I always thought Bowen was better when he played for us on the right rather than at the front or anywhere
yeah,
else.
yeah.
So, but where's Kudos fit in? So there's a lot of mixing around that boy's got to do and figuring out what is the best team to put on that pitch in what position. And that's a good headache to have, but he has got a headache of it because if he can sort out at least one more centre half and a right back, I think we've got chances to perform.
Yeah.
But he's got to get this team working. Now, all this evidence of the pre-season, and I don't take any notice of it because I just don't watch it. It didn't look good. I don't think I've seen us look good in any of that. Well, I see all the highlights I've seen, but it is pre-season. But by the time we kick off, it's only a few weeks now. really, he needs to decide on what that 11 is attached to the pitch. And so we don't even know whether, that 11 that takes to the pitch, we might not have even signed yet. There could be at least one more player that could be taken to that pitch that we haven't signed yet.
Yeah, true.
We'll see.
Troy says we were 5th in the league with 4 nails on left up until Christmas.
Yeah.
But Christmas changed a lot of things, and so did our fortunes changed at Christmas. We went through into the new year doing reasonably well in the league, and then after Christmas, the arsehole just
I can't think that far back.
And Troy says, and then Benny joined.
Oh yeah, that didn't work.
Cornet on Football Fantasy League is 99p. Would love 4 nails back. I think we all would. What the Cockney? Spanish Cockney. Spanish.
Yeah,
Cockney.
it's a shame to see him go, man. Shame to see him
go. Vic says a lot of people in Barking tonight. Yeah, there was a lot of people in Lewisham earlier as well. Yeah, I saw that. Love Pab's too slow. Slow, but when you think about it, his head, his brain was very quick. How many times did he do a similar thing to what Paquetá has done many times and did for Bowen in the final? Saw a pass before anybody else, or before the ball had come to him, saw the pass and put it over the top into Bowen.
Yeah,
4 nails could do exactly that as well, and done it many times. We scored some good goals out of 4 nails doing that. So I agree. I'd love to have 4 nails back as a squad player. Are you going on the Steam then, Trudge? On the Steam? Stream, not Steam. Fucking hell. Get my glasses cleaned, I think. Poor management of Benny and Pablo and many others. Agreed. Let's look forward, mate. Not backwards now. Let's look forward. One for one. Both would get minutes as the lone centre forward, Antonia and Paul Crew. Alvarez out for 4 weeks, I believe, says Michael. Thank you. Again, poor clearance, but Kilman in that position.
Yeah.
Yep. Souček got a mention. Wow. Maybe there is still hope for him among West Ham fans, but probably not. Oh, good evening, Zenik. Thank you for joining us. No, listen, we do like Souček, but there are better midfielders than him in our squad now, and I think using him as a centre back or as the sweeper in front of the centre backs, I think is the perfect position for him. If we're going to keep him and use him, and I think we should, because like was said earlier in the chat, he gets his head on everything, Kieran. Everything.
Boy, I'm a big fan of Souček, so I just wherever it fits his system, he's playing. I don't know. It doesn't appear that it will, but my God, I like war horses like him, and he is a war horse. And technically, with his feet, he's not that good. That's the problem he's got. But my word, when you're under the pump, you rely on people like him. Gets his head on everything, his boot to everything. He tries to. Yeah. He'll bleed for the club. And
another thing that he does. Yeah, another thing he does is he usually occupies one of the better defenders when he's up front, when he's up top.
Yeah, I mean, he's in danger. But like I say, whether that fits in with old Loopy Lou, I don't know.
But in say the case of a corner, you got Ward-Prowse. See, there's another player we haven't mentioned. You got him hooking the ball in, and you've got Souček in the box. Historically, he's usually occupying one of the better defenders because they know how dangerous he is, and then that would leave it open for someone like.
See, you look at all them midfielders now, but where does Ward-Prowse fit in as well? I'll be interested to see what his that first 11 is against Villa.
Yeah.
Now that will tell me more about Lopetegui than anything. How does he see all of them midfield? Which ones do you leave on the bench and which do you start? And see how it works. It'd be interesting. Really interesting.
Isn't it nice to know that we're starting this campaign with a squad that has backups to most of the important positions, the really important.
Well, that's what you want. To build a squad, I'd look at it that you need 2 of every position. To give you 22 players, but you'd want cover for every position. If you bring in, say, Wan-Bissaka, if he starts, you've got Soufal as your backup. We know we got Cresswell as a backup to Emerson. I believe, every position should have a backup. And that's why I've always said about Phillips was a good idea, went wrong, right? Because we did need backup to Alvarez. And Phillips was Moyes' answer. It didn't work. But the idea of it was right. And now we've got, what's his name, Rodrigo. He's the backup to Alvarez. If not, Alvarez is already injured. He's the starter. So that, it's the right way to look at it. You need backups to every position. Yeah. And we've lacked that in the past.
Yeah. E. Davis says, I want to see Mavropanos at right back. He's lightning. He is very quick, but he's not great with his feet. He really isn't. You see, if you could put, Souček's feet on Mavropanos, maybe. That may be a great, shout. But he's not that great with his feet, unfortunately. Defensively, he's pretty good with his feet. But his passing ability and stuff like that, not so great. Right, so Howard's saying Areola, Emerson, Kilman again, Wan-Bissaka, Rodriguez, Somerville, Paqueta, Bowen, Kudus, Paul Krug against Villa. That would be nice. Happy saying hi to Janek. Well, we'll see. You probably said exactly the same thing when Phillips was coming. Good shout. Really good shout. Yeah, Phillips turned out to be rubbish. Lewis Ball, how you reckon we will do this season, gents? Well, we kind of covered that a little bit earlier, Lewis. But, I think
we're all hoping for top 10, Lewis, mainly.
Yeah, the general consensus of what we had in the chat as well, I would say ranged from 10th down to,
4th.
Up to 4th.
Yeah, 4th for Shorty boy. He's in there.
Yeah, there was 2 or 3.
One.
Yeah, 2 or 3. Yeah, there were 2 or 3 that said like between 5th and 7th, and then both Kieran and I think maybe 8th would probably be a good finish for us this season. Cornet's got a badly twisted sock.
What was it? Was that autocorrect there, or
I don't know. I want to see again at left back.
George, we've done all this, square pegs and round holes. We can't fucking start all that again. Let's get the right men for the right job.
Yeah. 58 said like see Bowen in the front 2 with Fulkrug.
Yeah, that's a possibility. I just think he might load the midfield more so than the 2 up front. Because Bowen, it can be that, can't it? He can be the backup, the sort of up front near Fulkrug and drop back into the midfield as well. So I think it's going to be more something like that. There's going to be a front 3, not necessarily playing up as a front 3. And regardless, we've seen all these formations that people write, before the game starts. It means nothing till the game starts and you see actually what people are doing. And your formation changes from when you've got the ball and when you haven't got the ball. And that's what I want to watch. That's what I want to see, because I played in the game a long time. And it's interesting to see how you set up when you haven't got the ball. Where is everybody? We saw what Moyes liked to do. He liked to drop deep back and basically put a wall up. And wasn't my favourite way of doing it. No. He didn't want to. Very rarely did they want to press and try and win that ball back. I
Whereas
don't
it
know
seems
whether
like,
Lopetegui is going to do a bit more of that or not. I really don't.
yeah, Lopetegui's going to have a defensive line, but he's going to have a defensive line that can play football and play out from the back.
Mm.
That's what he's going to have.
Yeah.
Neil Fitzpatrick's joined us. Thank you, Neil. No, please. Antonio has had his day. Fantastic winger, shit as right back, and nothing more than a standing forward. Bloke has had his day. Well, yeah, we're all kind of saying that, but we've retained him. So,
But he's still one of our players, Neil, and I think he could still do a job. Not starting, but he could come on and do a job for you, with half hour to go as well. So, because he
Damien
is,
said,
I mean, he does worry defenders, Antonio. If you get the ball into his feet and get him running at defenders, he does worry defenders. And that's what you want. And I'm hoping Fulkrug does the same. He worries them with his aerial ability, with his power, with his strength. What you need to make it hard. Being a defender for most of the football I play, the worst thing is someone makes it hard for you to defend against, who can hold the ball up, who can keep it away from you, who can get past you, or it's so. Sometimes I played against guys that I read them straight away what they were going to do. I found it easy to defend against them. And I think Antonio's one of them that doesn't make it easy for you to defend against. He's unpredictable because I don't think he knows half the shit he's going to do himself. So how you going to guess it? So I don't. With Fulkrug, I think he might be a bit more controlled because he don't have that sort of pace that Antonio had at his prime. But I think it's going to be a handful to get anywhere near that ball if he's got it in front of him. So, and he's got two good feet by the looks of that Fulkrug. He seems to be able to pass the ball well with both feet. So we'll see. We'll see.
yeah. They're all sort of saying much of the same stuff as we are. That it's Antonio's shirt to lose, but Fulkrug and Antonio both need to contribute.
I think there could be a place for both of them at certain times of the game, depending on how the game's going.
Roger Miller retired after King of the Road became big hit.
It was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, mate. I think Trevor Brooking retired after that became a hit. Guido just said the normal cliche most footballers say. Fulkrug showed leadership and mentality. That's actually true. But I actually really enjoyed Guido's thing. You got to remember, the guy's been around the block, and he's been around for a few years, mate. So he's going to say all the stuff you want to hear. Of course he is. But there were one or two bits in there that you could tell wasn't fed to him. He said that he really wanted to play in London, which he's probably been saying for a long time anyway. But he also said that he likes the idea of the plan that West Ham got. That's probably fed to him. It's all bits and bobs. But yeah, you're right though. Fulkrug's was really good, and it was in English. Kieran, the wool ones that were washed with snowflakes.
You talk about the jerseys.
Yeah. Best transfer window ever. Wasn't that the Proclaimers fresh?
One of our favourites, Reclaimers, mate. One of our favourites.
Really?
But I went to watch it when they first came out, right? I bought their album here in Australia, like the Proclaimers. Just a little story. And I played for Surfers, and I think about 8 and 9 of them players in that team are Scottish. And they'd never heard of them. And I've got to put it on the team coach, and I played them on there, mate. And they fucking loved them, right? It's a brilliant. Their first 2 albums of Proclaimers were brilliant. And I went to watch them here in Brisbane. Fucking man, I didn't think it'd be that good, just the 2 of them. But they were superb, man. Really, really good. Their album is brilliant. Sunshine on Leaf is one of the best tracks. What team sing that now? Where are they from? Not Edinburgh. It's one of the teams up there. They sing that after, when they won a cup final up there. There's a great YouTube video of it. All the whole crowd singing "Sunshine on Leaf." It's a great track, man. Really brilliant. Forget what their football team was, but it's one of the boys up in Scotland. Anyway, thought I'd diverse into that. My Proclaimers little thing. I thought they were brilliant.
Another new name to me, Hughes 77.
Hughes, no, I think we've had him before, guys. Hughes,
So who's your choice for captain this season? Go on, Kieran. I'll let you go first.
I don't fucking know, guys. When you look at that, why? To me, it's definitely not Zuma. And
No,
again,
he's like
not
really
knowing
gone,
what, not sort of knowing what 11 he put on the pitch. See, I think Souček's got a great shot. If he was a first team pick by him, which I don't think he will be, he'd be my pick for captain. But if Souček's not the starter, I don't know. Do you just give it to the Cresswell won't start, otherwise he'd probably get it. Fabianski won't start, so he'd probably get it. So do you go to Bowen? No, do you?
Well, that's what a lot of the other people that do what we do
All right.
saying.
Don't say Bowen.
Bowen is like a popular choice, put it that way.
Yeah. To me, it goes up in all the teams I've played in. That sort of captain thing can be. It sort of works itself out in the dressing room. You know who the leader is, who you know, and you might have 2 or 3 or 4 of them, and then you got to pick the manager will pick who he thinks best to lead the team. But if you look at West Ham at the moment with all the new signings and new management and whatever, the longevity of the club sort of Bowen represents that, doesn't he? With a 7-year deal that he'd signed and everything else, and he's been there now a few years. He's sort of a natural pick. But a true leader in there, I don't know.
Well, you see, the thing is, like they mentioned earlier, Fulkrug is a true leader, and he said that he hopes to contribute to the leadership.
That's not. I would never. You wouldn't pick him though to bring in a new bloke like and make him captain as a forward. I want my captain in either in the centre half position or the centre midfield.
Exactly that. So for me, I think the club captain should be Alvarez, and I think the vice captain should be Paqueta.
Yeah, yes. I just say it's hard to know, man. Yeah.
Well, that would be my choice for.
Well, look, if I thought Agard was committed to this club and whatever, I mean, he'd be a shout. But I don't even know if that boy's going to be around in a couple of weeks' time.
Areola would be a shout.
No goalkeeper. I don't do goalkeepers.
What? Why not?
No, you need. To me, if you want him just to go up and toss the coin, yeah, all right, that's it. But your leader's on the pitch. Your captain's on the pitch. He's directing traffic. He's sparking. Billy Bonds was a brilliant captain.
He was
a brilliant captain for West Ham.
He was, yeah.
Because he was. Even when he weren't great, he was inspiring everyone to be better. And that's what I want as a captain on the pitch.
Do you know who I thought was a great captain for West Ham? Obviously, Mark Noble is probably the epitome, and Bobby Moore would be the epitome for our age group, and so on and so forth. But I think an underrated and quite often overlooked captain, Lucas Neal.
And many have said that, Budge. And you bang on. In the dressing room, they reckon he was a great captain.
Yeah.
I mean, a real captain, Lucas Neal. And he probably is underrated. Not many people would know that. But apparently he was just that. He was a leader. And that's just a natural thing in him, right? He's a natural leader. And I reckon a lot of ex-pros said that at West Ham, that this boy was a proper captain.
Yeah. So the same sort of vein as your Mark Nobles and your Kevin Nolans of the world.
Yeah.
Kevin Nolan was a great captain, and Mark Noble says, he inspired him to be a great captain.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think for me this season, Edson Alvarez for me as first choice captain. And if he's not on the pitch, I think Paquetá, because we know how passionate Paquetá can be. It might just be that he would be perfect captain material or vice captain material. Might even
Maybe.
calm him down a little bit as well. Like with his
Let's put it this way, Budge. If we could both go in and be flies on the wall in that dressing room, right? Before and after games for a fucking week,
yeah,
we both could just look at one person and go, "That's the boy." You'll
yeah,
know in that dressing room.
yeah,
You'll know. We might not know it, us as fans, but you'll know who the leaders are in that dressing
yeah.
room because they'll be fucking vocal before a game and after, and
I wouldn't
and
be
call it as it
surprised.
is. And
I wouldn't.
that's how they work.
I wouldn't be surprised if the club announced that Creswell is going to be the club captain temporarily, and that
Could be.
we will have an on-field captain as well, because
Could be something like that,
Creswell
mate.
Creswell is the longest-serving member of that
Yeah,
squad.
he's got longevity, mate, for to be that.
You know what I mean? It would to me it would have been Oggy if he had stayed on. He would have been that person that would have been the
Absolutely, yeah,
club
yeah,
captain.
yeah.
You know, but as it is, there's rumours that he may come back in some capacity, like to be on the coaching staff and stuff. Because let's be fair, um, I think that Lopetegui is leaving the youth setup alone. I don't think he's doing an awful lot back there. I think he's got one or two staff that he's implementing
Excuse
in
me.
with them. I'm not sure. I could be wrong about that, but I think there's quite a lot of the staff still at the youth level.
I'd imagine so. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He'd leave that alone.
It'd
Anyway,
be good if Fulkrug gets 20-25 goals in his first season. It would be lovely, Darren, but the likelihood he'll get between 15 and 20 goal involvements in his first season, including a
I
lot
think
of his, you know,
you'd expect them to score 10 plus because not many of our strikers in recent years for a long time have scored. They've scored just over 10 or 12, and that's been about
yeah.
the best. So if he can get over the 10 mark, you know what I mean, and
I
get a
mean,
lot more involved in the play and he's part of the assist, and not just the assist, the pre-assist. You know what I mean? That pre-assist is very important too. You know, that little pass that makes a difference to
yeah.
setting up a goal. Takes another pass.
Or even just stepping over the ball for
Whether,
somebody else to
whatever it
put it.
may be, yeah.
You
You
know,
need him involved.
all of those little things, yeah. But we have to give due to Jared Bowen, who did score 20 goals in all competitions last season, which was absolutely incredible. We haven't seen the likes of that since Canio. So, you know, that's something we've got to, we've got to look at.
Yeah.
Oh, Trodge, put the crocodile up. 4-3-3, Michael. Areola, AN other, Dino Kilman. Yeah, I think that AN other will be Avrapanos, mate. Emerson, Paqueta, Rodriguez, Kuda, Somerville. Yeah, Bowen, Fulkrug. Yes, give Fulkrug the armband. You see, that's something that he kind of alluded to in his interview, that he
I
wants
don't
to
think it will.
contribute. Yeah, but he said he wants to contribute towards the leadership in
Oh,
the
no
team,
doubt.
and that he does that naturally without even thinking about it.
That's what I'm saying, Budge. You could be in that dressing room, that boy might just come across as a fucking natural leader.
And I think he will do, the way he spoke in that interview, mate. If he scored 12, says Mark, he'd be over the moon. I think
Yeah,
we
and
all
me,
would.
mate.
If you use a Biffin's bridge or two in your artwork, I'll do you use Biffin's bridge, whatever that might be. Sorry, that's that. I read it out and didn't put it on screen. That could work. Occasionally, Toa, especially with sculpt. Oh right, okay, sorry. That's Mm.
Yeah, same here. I'm with
Yeah,
Sean there. I'm not particularly keen on
no,
strikers being cut. I like them in the middle of the pitch. And every time I've played, most of the captains I've worked under fucking were. I was captain myself. I
yeah,
like to
yeah,
add here and there,
yeah,
but they were around either on the centre half or in the centre midfield. But they were captains on the pitch, and
yeah.
that's the difference. You can have anyone, name anyone to go and toss a coin. That means fucking nothing. You know, captain on the pitch. Noble was a captain on the pitch. Billy
Yeah,
Bonds was a captain on the
and
pitch.
while he was off it, he was captain of
You know?
the other team. Um, no, and you see, I never really liked the idea that in the England squad that Harry Kane was captain,
No,
is
no.
captain. I never liked the fact that Alan Shearer was the captain. You know, that these things didn't sit well with me because
Yeah.
they don't
It
seem to
don't,
fit.
but for us outsiders looking in, Budge, we don't know what's in that dressing room. Like Shearer could be in that dressing room fucking firing people up because he was a bit fiery, old Shearer. You know what I
Oh
mean? He
God,
could
yeah,
be in there, like pointing people out. Come on, at half time. You know what I mean? You'll find the captains out in the dressing room. And I've always seen that all my life playing. I saw it in dressing rooms. And some of them know when to say an encouraging word, and some of them know when to give a bollocking. And some players need a bollocking, some don't. And the captain works that out. He works that out. Well, you know, give him some of the bollocking. Say like Ben Rama. If you think his head's going to go down by fucking slagging him off at half time, you probably don't, but you you still G him up to be better.
yeah, mm,
You know, and that to me, that's the captain. And I played under some great ones. You know,
yeah,
the time I played, I really did.
yeah,
I was lucky.
yeah.
And I had a boy there, Russell. He was our captain, the last team I ever played for, and he played for the Australian youth team. Man, the boy was just quality on the pitch. He knew how to speak to people. He knew when you needed a G up. He knew when you needed a slagging, and he had it down pat. But he had a lot of experience in that position for a lot of top teams.
Uh, Good evening, Liam
Hey, Nick,
Melkerson. Sorry,
love from
evening, lads.
Sweden.
Love from Sweden.
I
I,
love
I
here from Brisbane.
I have a niece that lives in Sweden. My sister's daughter lives in Örebro in Sweden. She's been out there for about 15 years or more.
Lovely.
A lot more. Her twins are coming up for 20, so she's been over there 20 years or more. Trod, Robinson looks good. Yeah, yeah, he don't look bad. Is the surfer able to replace Zuma? Well, at least he'll have one good leg, Kieran.
Yeah, he's got an excuse, short when he's shit. Zoomer ain't, but yeah.
We are one big family. West Ham, everyone welcome. Exactly. Australia scares the shite out of 58. It does me and all though. Everything either wants to fucking kill you or eat you. Well, or both. Everything wants to kill you out there.
Well, not.
Even the fucking magpies attack you.
Yeah, that's true. But anyway, don't go fucking surfing or fish next to a fucking river full of crocodiles. There's the answer.
Mate, Trodge, you are absolutely right there.
Absolutely right, Trudge.
That's the most dangerous animal in the entire world, mate. There is nothing more dangerous than a human being. Most deadly animal in the world is human. There you go. Neil says it as well. Budgie, any update on the signed Ketter shirt? No, haven't got one.
No, that must be something to do with Rusty B, is it, or Anton?
Maybe. You may have to take that up with the powers that be upstairs, mate. I don't mean all the way upstairs. If
not that far. No.
I'm not talking about it. I'm talking about on the 4th floor. I'm only on the 2nd floor, mate. Oh right, okay. So Michael's saying completely new training team. except for goalkeeper coach. Are you talking about just first team or entire squad, like youth and all? Because I thought Kevin Keenan, them, I can't see them being pushed out. Trippier did play in Spain. Don't want him though. No, listen. Let's not talk about players we're linked to. Let's talk about players that we've actually signed. Hi,
Yeah.
Budgie and Kieran. Steve Cox. Good evening, Steve. And
Right,
chatters.
Steve.
Bit
Yeah, you're
late
late,
on
Steve.
for us.
What's going on?
Yeah, we've been on for an hour and 55, and we're going to be gone in about, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. Even the fitness coaches. Yes, says Trod. Steve. Cool. Early doors, all right. Better late than never, Steve. Absolutely. Everybody's saying hello. Mark Robson moved back down to PL2. Yeah, so kept on. And Valero, the goalkeeper coach, who's top quality, and survived numerous managers now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, in fact, I believe he's the only goalkeeper coach that has survived the first David Moyes. No, he was before that. I think he was in with Slaven Bilic, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, good evening, Helen. Thank you for joining us. Hope they managed to integrate all the new players.
Helen, that's what it all boils down to, Helen. Can we integrate all these players and make them players of the team? That's all that's Lopetegui's job. Getting these players in is a lot down to old Mr. Stein. Now it's about making them work as a team. So we'll see.
Yeah, hope they
Hopefully.
maintain their running levels as the squad has improved the recruitment. Injuries often caused by overtraining is a tricky
Yeah,
part.
it's a balance. It definitely is a balance.
Yeah. Moyes wouldn't change the squad even if there were
Yeah.
injuries. That's true. Especially when we play twice a week. Also, high press will mean more injuries. Yeah, you know. Steve says, got to be able to take it as well as give it on early doors TV. And we do. Laugh out loud. Right. 18 million. Oh, it's 18 million for Aaron.
18 mil.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not the worst.
I think it's a bargain.
The
I
average
really
white
do.
man for 18 mil. Fucking hell.
But I do. I think that's a bargain, mate. I'd be happy for us to contribute to AWB's loyalty payment. 3 million is a league position for one season. I think he makes that level of difference for us. Absolutely, Damien. And that's me as well. I would go and give him the 3 million extra because we will make that back when we get back into Europe, when we've had a decent cup run, etc., etc. When we lift that FA Cup this season, we're going to be, we are going to
Yeah,
be
but
there.
if you're doing a deal, it will be the principle of it. It's got nothing to do with West Ham, this loyalty payment. It's down to Man United. If they're refusing to fucking pay it, I ain't fucking paying it. 3 million? No, you sort it out. Sure, that's his contract. Nothing to do with us. But if that stops the actual signing going through, well, then it's Man United being pricks, isn't it?
That would be a huge lump of a player, them three combined. Yeah, I know. When I said Hartson, Antonio, and Carroll, yeah, big player. 58 is repeating your little Welsh thing. Nor could Carroll. No, he was, yeah. Summerfield's right-footed, is he?
Is he?
Oh, so he's an inverted left winger then. Oh, I've seen him using his left. I've seen him using his
All
left.
right.
Perhaps
I'm hoping he's got two good feet, Damien.
Yeah,
I think he can use both of them.
He may be predominantly right-footed, but I know he's got a left foot on him. I've seen him use it. I hope Fulkrug don't try to kick one of our best players in the head. Yeah, like the opposite at the bowling. Yeah, okay,
Savage bowling. Yeah.
in training like Artson. Somerville flying down the wing.
Yeah, we want to see about that, eh? Want to see about that.
Carl and Sean finish the song. Anthony,
Not
you've
a
got
fucking
not.
hope.
Yeah, mate. Listen, that I don't want to be rude, but he is not.
Not happening.
He is not that disloyal. I'm sorry,
Mate,
but
you've
he's
got
not.
more chance of seeing the fucking Pope naked. It's as simple as that.
There you go. Brendan's got it right.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Jim Bowen, you can have him. Fucking hell. Mate, we gave you rice. We gave you fucking rice, and you still couldn't win fuck all. So.
I remember Hartson in the castle off his tits one Saturday match day as he was injured. We all left for the match, and he said, "I'm staying here, lads, in the castle pub."
Really?
Brilliant. Love it. If we can get the extra signings that we need, then I think we will have more of an all-round squad.
Yeah, you're right, Mark.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, Saka's career must be over. Cruciate ligaments. Really?
Oh, is it?
Really?
What? I didn't know he was injured.
I didn't even know he was injured. Want to trade down. There you go. Howard got it right.
Brilliant, Howard.
Yeah. Ollie Scholes is a left back. Right, okay, so I got that wrong. So who's it?
Yeah.
Oh no, it was George Murphy. I was thinking of who plays up front, wasn't it?
George
Murphy, who came on and scored towards the end of the season.
He did, mate. Yeah, great moment. Great moment for the boy.
Yeah. Ollie Scholes looks massive now, grown up and out. Good stuff. Been in the gym when he was injured.
Good lad.
Also glad the club chose to backside rather than keep Moyes. I dread to think what other players we would try to get. Oh mate, we'd be ending up with.
Oh god, we knew what we were. Well, we knew what he was looking at.
Yeah, McTominay, Maguire.
Yeah, it wouldn't have.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't have been good. Steve Hill, thank you for joining us, Steve. Are we happy with the signings thus far? Yes, I am. Happy with all of them, including bringing back Andy Irvine. I'm even happy with the Wes Fotherington signing. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. Hey, Steve Irons. Hi, boys. Do you think we will last the season? I mean, us old bastards. I hope so. Come on, you Irons. Yeah, mate. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. OE, Fuller. OE better than Gerd Muller.
Oh, Sean's up, mate. He's composing already.
I love it. Just feel like we need to trim the squad a bit, then get better players to fill them. The window will be perfect.
And you got to remember, guys, like any top team, right? One fucking window does not make a team. You know what I mean? No. It takes fucking 4 or 5 windows to actually get what you want to work.
Absolutely.
And so this is one window. We knew that. Like I said, we pointed it out last year, but we knew a lot of players were coming to an end. We knew we needed probably at least 8 players in. Didn't know where the money was going to come from, but we seem to have some. And I don't think it's finished yet. And I think even January could be another window that we may dabble in. We've just got to be smart. We've just got to make the signings work. And I think we won't know that till that season starts. You can't take any notice of the pre-season friendly. It's really hard to see any light there. But when the season starts and you see that first 11, you go, right, And then you'll find out by Christmas, okay, where are we lacking here? And we go again. So I don't expect them to get everything right and us to, fly up the bloody table in the first 3 months. But if he can bloody keep us up there somewhere and are well away from the bottom, that's the start you need. And then hope we build on that and get better. Right.
Okay. Scholes is back up to Emerson. Yeah.
He will be eventually. The way things are going.
That's a good point there, Damien.
Exactly that, Damien.
Yeah.
To me, it was the right idea. It just didn't work. I've always said it. We needed a backup to Albury, and it just was. Nobody thought he'd be that bad.
No.
Nobody.
I
don't think even he thought he'd be that bad.
Yeah, no, not even him.
Come on. It was a strange. It was a strange one.
Right, Alan says, who do you boys think is going? For me, gone are Socek, Sofel, Ings, Cornet, Zuma. And I think a late one out would be Antonio to the MLS. If we do get rid of them, I can see a late deal for Duran.
I don't think Socek and Sofel are going.
No, and I don't think Cornet's going anywhere either.
I think I would get rid of myself. Cornet, Zuma, I would.
Yeah.
Antonio, I wouldn't.
If we're going to get Fruitman's halfpenny for Cornet right now.
But Alan, I think Duran could happen, but I just don't know whether we could keep spending and spend that much money on him as well. Now we bought Krug in.
Yeah. Thanks, Tony, for joining us. Good night, mate. Everyone's saying goodbye.
Yeah, it's a tough one. That Durant could still happen. God, we'd have to be careful what we're spending here.
Yeah. Every player should be fighting for their place in the West Ham team. Absolutely. Right. Okay. I'm going to skip past. Yeah. Everyone's saying goodbye to Tony. He says it feels like the Waltons. Night, Tomboy. Yeah. Nightmare, hello. I can see Fuller getting goals ruled out by VAR for fouls.
I don't want to look. Don't even talk about fucking VAR.
Mark, look, don't bring the tone down, mate. Please.
Yeah, let's get out of one thing. Let's see.
Calvin Beath was the Scottish team. Is that the one that you were talking about?
Oh, that's not the Proclaimers place, is it? No, I can't.
No, was that the team that used the Proclaimers song when they won?
Oh, is it? Howard, is that the one?
I don't know. I'm asking.
I can't remember.
Fresh thinks it might.
No, it's Hibs. No, Sean's got it. It's Hibs. It's brilliant, mate. That's that YouTube video where they're all singing it at the end of the game, mate. I forget whether they just got promoted or whatever. Man, it's emotional. It's good. But yeah, big fan of the Proclaimers, man.
Take a look down the rail track.
Yeah, it's Proclaimers, man.
Letters from Americas.
Another good track, Neil. Letters from America, yeah. Brilliant. Yeah.
Right. Just briefly listen to Sunshine on.
Did you? Just briefly, mate. It's a great track, man. Sunshine on Leaf is fucking brilliant.
Sorry, we've missed you so far, Lawrence. I know we're running a bit.
G'day, Lawrence.
How are you? Top 10 is minimum for most, but I think we need to get Europe this season for a good cup run or a good cup run. Exactly.
Good cup run.
That would be nice.
Good cup run for me.
Hibs singing it after winning the Scottish FA Cup for the first time in 114 years.
Oh, right, that was it, Sean.
It
I
was
knew you'd
some
fucking
sight.
know it, Sean. But it is an emotional minute, man, watching these guys sing it, the whole crowd. It's
Yeah,
brilliant. Really is a great track, man. Really
absolutely
is.
brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Good shout for Alvarez for captain because I like a captain in the back. He directs well on the pitch. He does, Lawrence. He does indeed.
He does.
People saying
But
hello.
he's not going to be available for that first game, so
No,
the next one is then who else? Yeah, that's where we're at. We don't know. We
yeah.
really don't know.
Neil says that he thinks that Lopetegui will be tasked with getting a Euro spot given the investment. That's probably, that's probably true.
That
That
could be the
or
aim, Neil. Yeah.
lift a domestic cup. That or that. Get us European football, innit? Creswell is more banter than captain.
Yeah. Yeah.
True. True. There you go. Creswell club captain.
Yeah, that'll be a fair shout.
And Sean
Long
kind of,
time, man.
yeah.
Is he 10 or 11 years, Budge, now? 10 or 11?
I think
So,
he's
yeah,
come,
I mean, he's a long-serving boy.
I think he's coming to the end of his 10th and he's starting his 11th. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I'm
you
sure
could be
this
right.
is
I think you're right, yeah.
I'm sure this is his 11th season.
So
Fairly
that's
sure.
a hell of a stint, man, in modern football.
John's calling for full crew for
Yeah,
captain.
he is, yeah, like I said, we'll see. That say, decided in the training pitch or in the changing room. And
Neil,
it'd be interesting. Mate, we don't know. Zuma could be fucking starting for us. Could win
Yeah.
that first game. He could be the man. Oh,
Yeah.
God. It's going to be interesting to see that first team, man. For me, really interesting to see the first 11.
It'd come out like the $6 million man with bionic legs or something.
He might have had a new fitting, yeah.
Yeah.
Might have had a new fucking bionic fitting, geezer. He could be
That-
fucking mental.
They might have given him a knee exchange for a couple of elephant knees. They're more mobile than he is. Could anyone say?
Calm down.
Right. So Lawrence says he don't like to have a new guy on the team as captain. With that said, we have so many changes, it could work. Fulkrug, 10 plus goals all season, all comps by Christmas.
Take that.
I would too, Howard.
Take that.
Creswell is like the Einstein of the dressing room. He is indeed. Lawrence says he loves Fulkrug's passion. Yep. Funny and surprisingly smart. Who was really clever player we used to have? The one that always used to have the Financial Times and stuff? Who was it that used to do that?
He was a really clever. Well, Trevor Brooklyn was quite smart.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've had a few well-educated players. I mean, there was one though who always
weren't that many. You weren't that many.
I think that might have been Creswell. No, it might not have been Creswell.
I think McAvenny was pretty clever, mate, when he ended up with the page 3 girls. That was pretty smart.
Yeah. Devonshire.
I mean, fucking Brooking was one of the cleverest, educationally wise. It was quite smart.
Yeah, I don't really see Kilman as captain material either.
Yeah, I've got to see more of that boy Kilman, mate, before I make a judgment on him. I really.
I didn't say Kilman. Sir Trev.
See, there you go.
Frank Lampard got a degree, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah.
Senior.
Need a captain that the team respect and listen to. Easier said than done.
Yeah.
Lucas Neal was a really good captain. Damien's going to call it a night. Good night, Damien. Trods liked Guy Demel at right back.
Yeah.
He came from nowhere. Just find another Guy Demel and we sorted for the season.
That's what we need, mate.
Barry, I said at the end of the season, you get a signed shirt for my little one. It wasn't Canio. It was actually Craig Forrest. I said that I could get a signed shirt of. I'm pretty sure we were talking about goalkeepers, but I did also mention in the conversation that he has a DiCanio shirt. Excuse me. But yeah, I will get on that. I will get on that. I haven't spoken to Craig in a few weeks, but I will get onto that. I promise you. Got to go. Thanks for everyone for another great show. Thanks, 58. Says the same. Marmite, evening all. Good evening, Marmite.
Marmite.
Sorry, mate. Love it or hate it. We're winding the show down.
Or is it Vegemite?
Yeah.
Is it Vegemite or Marmite?
Yeah. Love it or hate it. Yeah. Thomas Phillips says, really wanted Wan-Bissaka, but my head really has been turned to Arnau Martinez, to be honest.
Thomas, yeah, well, yes. He sounds more exciting, but we'll see.
How is this top by Christmas?
Oh, sweet.
Don't expect to win every week as long as we give it a go. But Taggy will proactive with his subs. That's something I want to see this season. Pitching in the wind. Jules will make the team play great, says SDG Gaming. Thank you for joining. Lynn Cannell. Thank you for joining, sweetheart. We have got to give the time to get the team to gel. Absolutely. Evening from Australia, or morning from my side. Absolutely. And Kieran's also
SDG.
in Australia. So let us know roughly where you are, mate. Because Kieran's
morning from Brisbane here, SDG. I'm in Brisbane, so
yeah.
Wherever you are, bro.
Alvarez for captain, and that will be Kilman. He's understudy. Maybe I'm thinking more likely it's going to be Alvarez and JWP as vice captain, if I'm honest. That's what I can see happening. Throw the captain armband on Bowen. He will throw his heart at the pitch, or else Danny Dye will have
it. Sorted.
Yeah, that is true. But I really don't think he would be great captaincy material on the pitch because of the style of play that he plays. He's not static enough. He doesn't see enough what's going on the opposite side of the pitch or at the back or in the middle. He doesn't see enough.
I think sometimes it can be just about his passion for it and not say in the dressing room. And he might be great for what we know, Bowen. He might be brilliant in the dressing room. And that can decide it sometimes. And like I said, who knows? I think there's enough experienced managers there and people to work out who's the best man for the job. Yeah. So you've got to just trust in them that they know who be your best captain.
Lawrence says,
so if you want someone just to go and flick a coin, well, pick anyone. That doesn't matter. It's about captain in the dressing room and on the pitch.
Zoom is off to the Middle East.
I don't know anything about that, Lawrence. So, is that something may happen?
I think he's been linked with heavily linked with a team out there. How is this Historia place for Zuma?
Now you're talking.
Bilic was a qualified lawyer, apparently.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. All-time West Ham 11. I haven't got time to do that.
Oh my God, Thomas! We have to do another show on that, right?
I have actually written one out, but I've got to save it for Russie B, because he wants to do the Miami's 11 with me. So I've got one prepared for him, and I'm not going to give any spoilers, I'm afraid. Sorry. You'll have to wait for that to come out.
But Bobby Moore will be fucking in it. How's that for a spoiler?
Well, there is a spoiler. There is a spoiler. Yeah, because I am one of the few people that watch the channel. I say few. There are quite a few, but I'm one of the few that have actually watched him play. Many will only have
Oh,
watched him.
SDG, you're in Melbourne, boy.
Yeah.
Only 3 years ago. Oh, good luck, yeah.
Yeah.
Must be a bit chilly down here, mate. Must be a little bit chilly down here. We're doing all right up here.
Yeah. Lawrence said geezer, which is Kieran there to my. There, look, I got it right, left.
Yeah.
He's where the birds are loud and the crocs eat people,
That's it.
and also sharks end up in golf courses. He actually came out and said, "I want to be captain and retire here, so we'll be great for
Yeah,
Team Passion."
exactly. Passion is key. And I say he could be that man in the dressing room, and that to me, that's where I would decide captain. What you like in the dressing room.
27 million for Zuma, as long as his legs don't come as an add-on. Brilliant. Right, Lawrence says, you heard it here. Bert and Ernie, Zuma has gone to the Middle East.
Righto, we'll see.
Great for us. Right. Well, listen, we have come to the end of the chat. That is the last comment I've got on my screen. So,
fucking can't be. You're normally 6 hours behind, man. Come on.
I know. No, mate, listen, we've caught up.
Well done. Well,
but that ain't too bad. We've got 319 people actually watching at the moment. What is the matter with you lot? Go to bed.
Yeah, mate. Don't matter to me. I can sit here all fucking day, mate. It's all the same for me. But you fuckers, you should be in bed. Simple as that.
Yeah, mate. It's nearly 1 o'clock in the morning. So, anyway, Kieran, as always, it's a pleasure sharing time with you on the screen. I really enjoy it every week, as you know. Well, I know we've had a month off, but we are back. And so next week we will start half an hour earlier. So that'll be 10 o'clock UK time. You can work it out in your respective areas.
7 a.m. for me.
Yeah, 7 a.m. So we might even get a little visit from the Magpies on Wednesday next week. You haven't really heard them today, have we, the Magpies?
No. I think the winter here, they get a bit quieter in the winter, mate, the old Magpies. I've seen a couple walking around the garden here while we've been here. But their volume is a bit quieter. When the summer comes, they start to spark up again. But yeah, it's been fairly quiet.
Yeah. Right then, so Lawrence says, thanks, mate. Mark says, night all. SDG says, good luck, boys. It's been a great show, and it's not too bad here, just like a summer England day.
Oh, good. Good.
Did well catching up there. Nice one, gents. Thank you, Sean. And
cheers, Sean.
Good night, lads, as well. That is the last one. That is the last of the show. We are gonna
see you next week, chaps.
See you next week, Kieran. I'll talk to you in the green room when we've locked up. All right, mate?
Lovely. All the best, boys.
Talk to you soon. Take care, everyone. Thanks to everyone in the chat, and thank you to the moderators. Good night.